Are you tired of losing to superior players? Do you wish luck would lift you up where you belong to the ranks of Diamond and Master? Does Magic have too much interaction for you? Well, have I got the deck for you. Mono red. But we're not playing that today. We're playing blue-white God-Pharaoh's Gift. So Quick Constructed is not the best format if you care about your rank, but it is very good for making gold. You can easily replace the gold that you spent getting in, and yeah, your rank will suffer though, because most of the people you're playing against are going to be lower rank if you're at gold, and stumbling on a loss will punish you severely. The game uses a ranking method that's sort of like the LO rank, where you are expected to beat people of lower rank a large amount of the time and lose a small amount of the time, and so your rewards for winning are adjusted accordingly. And that's all well and good, except when you play everyone that's lower rank than you in a game that is as high variance as Magic, and especially in a format where there's as much first turn advantage as there is in this one that has a very aggressive mono red deck. It's easy to lose a whole lot of rank for games that you maybe didn't necessarily play wrong. So yeah, Quick Constructed's not where you want to go if you want to raise your rank. Go to the ladder for that, but it is a good place to make gold. Here we're playing against a mono red deck, but he seems to be stumbling on his early go, so that gives us a bit of time here. We ditched the filtering card there because we've already got a whole bunch and probably not going to need more. Our goal here is going to be to ditch God-Pharaoh's Gift, which we're doing right now, and pull up a Refurbish. So the more we let Azcanta throw things into the grave, the deeper into the deck we get, the closer we get to Refurbish. You have to be fairly disciplined about that, about recognizing that Refurbish is the card that makes or breaks the deck, and not take things just because you want them, if that makes sense. Like, I would like to have more card filtering, but sometimes you have to dig deeper. Here, I took it because we have the opportunity to play 2 Charticors in a turn, which is good. We made a mistake by using the Ipnu Rivulet for colorless, hoping to draw an island off the top. If we had not done that, we could have cast 2 Charticors this turn, which would have been helpful. The idea was I was afraid of taking on extra damage to myself against an aggressive deck, but fire, huh? I think getting that extra Charticors this turn would have, in the long run, protected me more.
If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned.
So here we're going to take a hit, but we can flip Azcanta next turn and Fumigate, and he won't be able to get his cards off Bomat Courier. So we'll gain some life, we'll slow him down a bit. We're going to transform to guarantee that we get the mana, and yeah, it looks like that was the right decision. We have tools to mill with the Rivulet, but we don't want to mill yet because we already have some stuff in the grave, and we don't want to thin out the deck getting rid of Fumigate, which we need. Okay, so another one of those, that's fine. Alright, Flame of Keld is bad for us. He's going to drop his 1 card and draw 2 next turn in addition to what he normally draws. He's going to get some gas, that's going to hurt.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
But we have a pretty good chance of getting this gift off the ground here. So we're going to put out Champion of Wits, keep digging. Okay. Minister is nice when you're just trying to fill the grave, but our grave has enough stuff in it right now. Our priority is not to fill the grave so much as to get to Fumigate and start making use of it. Okay, so we got or not Fumigate, Refurb, which we just drew, so we're in a good spot. We don't need this extra Azcanta. Let's ditch that. So next turn, things are going to go off. We're going to hold Cast Out because we probably want to throw it at Chandra. Maybe something else. These decks like playing the Phoenix that keeps coming back again and again, and Cast Out is really nice against that. Alright, I hate Karizev, but doing that when you reach land drop 6 is not as nearly as scary as seeing it on turn 2. If he wants to attack into our Champion of Wits, we are completely happy to do that. Okay, another Flame of Keld. That's a little worrisome because we're going to have some really nasty turns coming at us. But our priority right now is going to be to refurb, get an Angel out, and take Chandra off the board and gain a bunch of life and protect us. That Angel of Invention does a whole lot for itself. I'm gonna chart just to see if there's more stuff we can dump. Okay. Yeah, it's good to get rid of that. We go to combat, and God-Pharaoh's Gift is going to get us that angel we just dropped. This is one of those things where the variance really helps you out. We didn't have an angel in the grave, and we really needed one. And by making sure to dig and loot before we refurb GPG, we set ourselves up for a better turn. Okay, so that's bad for us. That's also bad for us. We have enough life that we can probably afford to not risk the angel. Like, yeah, it can block and kill one of these things, but everything is doing extra damage because Flame of Keld just hit its 3. So I think my plan is if he attacks, we're going to block with Champion of Wits and just leave Angel not in any combat at all. Yeah, that's fine. We're not going to... Unless he has burn spells in his hand, our Angel's going to live and we will get ourselves out of this, and next turn we'll cast out that other Flame of Keld. What do you got? Okay, that's fine. A lot of these decks run a Braid, which can blow up your GPG, and if they know the matchup, they will do it right before combat so it doesn't get its trigger. And that sucks, but it does just send it back to the grave where Refurb can dig it out again, so it's not the worst. It's not like getting it exiled by blue-white control. Here we're going to try to make some more luck with Champion of Wits, digging out some more cards. And we're going to keep one GPG because we can hard cast it, but the other we're going to grave. And let's just pull out Sunscourge Champion and give us more life to work with. Make sure we have padding that he can't get around. We gain more life because it's bigger from the angel. And Hatchet Season's done. Cool. On to the next one. And we cut a bit out there because this guy is taking forever to decide on his hand, but here we go. We got it. It's a little awkward, but we can grave something early. We have a chance with Fumigate right in our starting hand. Or with Refurb, and then we got Fumigate to protect us. Drawing God-Pharaohs was not really what we wanted. If we had gone first, we could have dumped that into the grave. He seems to be starting a little slow. He's playing the blue-black, which usually means that there are braids in there, or the red-black, which usually means that there are braids in there. Yeah, we'll get strategic planning. We'll dump the angel into the grave. If we can figure out how to get God-Pharaoh's Gift from our hand into the grave, then we're good to go. Or we may just have to loot another one. Strategic planning, number 2, might do that. Okay. Champion of Wits might be nice if we draw that. Oh, our Sunscourge Champion. That's even better, actually. We can pull this out, gain some life, block the Scrounger, And when it goes to the grave, we can use its Eternalize to force the discard on GPG and refurbish the next turn. The discard from Eternalize is actually super useful rather than a detriment in our deck's case. Oh, does he have a kill spell? That's fine. Okay, that's less fine. Because Magma Spray means that he's going to be exiled. We won't be able to use the Eternalize. On the other hand, though, spending his entire turn and 2 cards to get rid of it, not the worst. We're going to take some damage here. It's going to suck, but it slows his board development a lot and puts us in a place where we might get Fumigate out to protect us. Or we can just get another Sunscourge champion. There's that too. One way or another, we're going to get this God-Pharaoh's gift into the grave, and we're going to start digging things out, guy. And next turn we have a guaranteed Fumigate, so yeah, I'll definitely block. I wouldn't want to see Hazoret here. Okay, so there isn't going to be a Hazoret. That's good to know. And here we will gladly block Scrap Heap Scrounger. Make the trade. Force him to lose some tempo. He doesn't have black to return it yet. And then we can Eternalize. Okay, another Magma Spray, so this guy is also exiled. That sucks for us, but whatever. And weighing, putting out as Kanta or strategic planning or both, you know, so yeah, we're gonna do this rather than Fumigate because we're not in a position where we're probably gonna die just based on what is in his hands. He can't return Scrap Heap. I guess if he gets Hazoret, we're fucked, but really need to get GPG into the grave. Cool, this will do it. So next turn, we're going to start clawing this life back. And as long as he doesn't have, like, Hazoret or something, I think we can outpace his damage. Yeah, that sucks and everything, but what are you going to do? Now, what else you got for me? Alright, nothing. Cool. Refurb. Hope that he doesn't have an Abrade. He's only got 1 card in hand, so the odds are against it. He is making the smart move and ditching a bad card to get a couple more and improve his chances. He's not an idiot, I respect that. If he's got the Abrade, then we just lose, because yeah, now he's going to return Scrap Heap. And we have nothing we can do about it. Just play as Kanta and hope he doesn't notice. Okay, he noticed. Yep, we lose this one. If we had gone first, I think we win. We would get ahead with the Angel, he wouldn't really be able to do anything about it, but, well, sometimes that happens. Like I said, mono red tends to win when it wins the coin flip. I think we put up a pretty good fight. The Magma Sprays were really good tech against us. It might be just a better pick than Shock. Like, yeah, you can't throw it at the face, but I feel like if you need to throw Shock to the face against control, you might be losing anyway. Having it to blow up opposing Kenras, Scrap Heaps, interfering with the GPG, that seems alright. We have enough filtering here. We want land, so we're going to put that one to the bottom. But we've got a refurb and we've got a lot of digging here. Okay, so I don't know if this guy is control or if he is GPG like us. Still could be either. Rivulet is more seen in GPG now. I don't see it in blue-white control as much, but it still shows up. We're risking putting out Escante here because he could syncopate it or negate, but our chances of getting it out are not going to get any better. So we YOLO it and it sticks, and that helps. Now we ought to be able to grave some things that we need to grave and hopefully dig to more lands. And he is... okay, yeah, definitely grave that. So one part of the puzzle is completed. And draw a card. Okay, not really what I wanted, but maybe we can strategic plan a land into our hands. Having a second refurb will be good too, because he's almost certainly going to have control. And going to have disallows and so forth. It was tempting to take the third one, but we really want to develop our mana here. We don't want to just lag behind. Then by the time we get our refurbs off, he would have more mana, more certain counters. Like, he's struggling on getting a second blue here, which improves our chances a lot. Grave that. And let's YOLO it here. He doesn't have enough for a disallow. Might have a syncopate, might have a negate, might have, I don't know, Wizard's Retort. Don't know what the deck is yet. It's probably Teferi Control. Okay, so he doesn't seem to have a counter, because he would spend it there. I'm going to put out Sunskirt's Champion, because he has been leaving up the 2 white. And I'm thinking he's Teferi Control, which means he's going to have at least 3 Settle the Wreckage. So if he's going to spend that, I want him to spend it on something that's less important. The Angel applies more pressure and dodges Seal Away, but I want to hit him with that when he's vulnerable rather than when all of his stuff is available. Cast out. Okay. Yeah, and he's going to hit GPG, which kind of sucks for us, but we still have a creature on board. So we're going to pressure him. Make him spend mana on his turn if we can, so that we can get the rest of our stuff taken care of. Okay, Seal Away. Not great, but it does mean that he does... oh, perfect. We can just refurb another. It truly is a gift. Thank the God-Pharaoh. Unless he has negate or something. Yep, we got another one up. Cool. And now we know that at least for this turn he doesn't have Settle. But we are still going to split and put the servos on because we want to have some flexibility. If he has a single spot removal or something, we don't want to lose all the resources we got from the Angel. We'd rather have it split across a few guys. That way, on the turns where he's holding up Settle, representing it, we can start to threaten him with different kinds of attacks. I didn't need that land, but I'm thinking ahead. There's a good chance that he might exile another one, and we want to have land for the chance to hardcast a GPG if it comes to it. And I don't think that anything off the top will change our situation right now. Plus, if he has Settle, we're going to get the rest of the land that we need. Yep, cool. So now we have a decent chance of hardcasting the next GPG we get, which, if he wants to disallow, means that we can refurb again. Yeah, let's get another one of these. Alright. So it was not an ideal outcome here, but it could have been a lot worse. Yeah. Because we still have GPG here, so filling it out would be nice. And then we can cast another chart, and there, Minister can help mill. And next turn we can chart a course to dump that other angel and revive that. And he's been holding up Field of Ruin, so we don't want Azcanta to actually transform. We're gonna leave it up. Well, no. If we transform it, we might bait him into using Field. Yeah, let's do that. See if we can bait him. All right, he didn't use it here. To me, that means he probably has Settle, but let's find out. I feel like otherwise he would have hit that thing during our draw step. Because he doesn't have a disallow. And we're going to hit him with that rather than the Angel because, again, I think he's holding up Settle. He didn't pop the Field. And this is sort of how you have to play it against Control, because they can just absolutely blow you out otherwise. You need to sort of whittle them down with threats that demand responses, but which won't get you blown out completely. And end of turn, we'll Azcanta and see if we can get another cast out his cast out, and have a second GPG up. Then we could set it up really nicely by double milling ourselves with Minister. If he plays things to tap out on his turn, then we're in a pretty good spot. And I feel like he has to, because you can't just hold up Settle forever when I can pressure you with mid-sized guys. Timer. I don't think he's trolling us. I think he's just in the tank here. So this is a tough situation. I've been there. Okay. Well, if he's gonna fumigate, then we're gonna dig into our deck. We could do it twice, but I don't want to... this game may go long, and I don't want to lose to being milled out, if that makes sense. Here, hopefully we can find a cast out. Yes, we did. And that means we can cast out his cast out and double GPG at combat and hit him pretty hard. He gained some life. So if he hadn't, we would we'd be able to kill him this turn, even if our guys were dead, because we could just revive 2. But it is what it is. We're gonna revive 2, take him to 3. Or less if we have an Angel in there. Let's see. No. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to take him to 3 and force him to answer these guys again. And on future turns, we're going to revive 2 guys at a time. We ought to have plenty of ability to outfox that Settle the Wreckage. Left Azcanta tapped there sort of as bait. If he wants to use Field, he'll have to tap 2 lands, and that would give us more of an opening to go in for the win. Hopefully he takes the bait. I don't think he will, because I think he realizes that he has to not die. But we want to put it out there. And having that extra cast out is nice. Okay, so we just cast that out and win. Oh, okay, no, so he's making blockers, so we need to cast it out, and we need to get an angel into the grave, whether it's this one or... Yeah, let's mill ourselves. We've got plenty of room here. Do we get one yet? No. Let's mill ourselves again. Did we get one? Yes, we did. Alright, so this is going to be game. Cast out the angel. Alright, he understands. Cool. So that's game. It's nice that the daily quests make Quick Constructed even more profitable, even if you're not actually doing that well. I mean, you only have to make 4 wins to pay for your entry fee just from the event itself, and you're 3 cards up. But if you're making your dailies and your quests along the way, then you're making even more gold. It's a pretty good way to build gold quickly. It's a little awkward, but we've got a good amount of fixing and stuff here, and Minister is really nice when we're facing mono red, which I expected we would, but it seems we're not. Putting out Minister puts a quick stop to Canras and bow mats and things like that. I wonder what this guy's playing. Okay. So, if new Rivulet. Again, don't know if he's playing Gift or Control. But since we got that refurbish here, we are very happy to just dump a bunch of cards into the grave now. We don't have to worry about drawing into one. If we draw into more, good, because he's probably going to have counter spells. I'm thinking he's a control deck again, not a blue-white Gift, because he hesitated for a while when we put out that Minister, which makes me think he might have Mana Leak. Mana Leak or maybe Syncopate. Seems to be stumbling on blue, though. Incidentally, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Finally get out a little blue land that won't hurt us. And what you got? Show us the deck you are playing. It would suck to get it syncopated, but if it happens, we know what he's playing, and then we know what to play around. I assume he's not playing Gift just because he hasn't played anything yet. He probably is in Drago. And the fact that he's tanking on this here. Okay, yeah. So he's Drago. We can't pay for that. Sucks to lose it, but it's definitely not the worst. And we're just going to use the end of his turn to dump more cards into the grave. We could do it right now, but doing it at the end of the turn means that he won't be able to plan for it. Like, he won't be able to see, oh, they have no threats, I guess I can spend my mana. We force him to hold it up here. Okay, so there is a GPG there. But he's holding up all this stuff, and we know he has Syncopate. I don't know, do we go for it, or... I think maybe we pressure him, put out Sunscourge and just keep hitting him and force him to respond with Fumigate or something. Let's attack and see if he removes these guys. And then we'll refurb at the end of turn, maybe, depending on what we see. If it happens, then, you know, we miss out on the benefit of refurb on an attack step, but he's representing Settle the Wreckage. So yeah, let's just put this out and pressure him. see if he wants to spend counters on just pressure on the board, or if he really wants to waste turn after turn doing nothing. He still doesn't have that second blue, which is nice, and I'd like to get a refurb out before he gets that. But at the same time, I don't want to just walk into settle a wreckage, and I don't want to refurb into an easy counter here. So the fact they tap those two helps a lot. And now I'm more willing to risk a refurb because we have that second one. So even if he counters, we have another ready to pressure him again. And he won't be able to settle, so I'm happy bringing out something big and hitting with everything. And getting out another Champion of Wits will set us up for a better reanimate next turn, hopefully. Hell yes, we want to draw 4. Okay, and another refurb. We can put a lot of pressure on him as long as we can keep discarding GPGs, if it comes to that. We're going to attack with, I think, everything but 1. Yeah, leave that back to dig more into the grave. And also to have more threats if he wants to do that. Yeah, so we're going to lose Champion of Wits here, but he's going to take another 3 damage. If we can just pressure him with these guys on the board, then we might force him to have answers, and then we can really go hog wild. Okay. Can't do anything about that, but we can try to mill another GPG into the grave. Yeah, because we don't have any right now. Let's see how it goes. We got an Angel in there. Did we get a GPG in there? We did not. But we could chart a course, and if we get a land, then we could discard the GPG and cast another refurb while he's tapped out. And there it is. Luck lift us up where we belong. It's like we're playing mono red, y'all. And since he's tapped out, we are going to hit the bejesus out of him. Down to 1. That's a pretty good spot to be in. He's going to defend himself with... if he has to defend himself with Settle. Settle's the only thing that keeps him alive another turn. Because Fumigate, we just reanimate another creature. I mean, I guess he'd be at 5 and we back and smash him down to 1 again. But no, he's got to have Settle. And bluffing it doesn't do him any good. So if he hasn't quit, then we assume he has Settle. So we want to go into 3 things, because we also don't want him to just double seal away his way out of this. We want him to have to spend that Settle, because he can't draw them forever. You don't need the planes. Get this out now. Okay, he didn't counter it. We were trying to bait him into wasting his mana. Draw again. Okay, ditch some lands again. Got more than enough. So let's go in for 3. And I want to send those guys in so that they don't all get... there's too many to get sealed away, and we don't want Sunscourge Champion to get exiled, because if we could have him die instead and get returned. As a card rather than a token, he is valuable to us in a way that the tokens are not. And we're going to draw into more heat now because we just got a bunch of lands out of there. End of turn, if we need, we can mill ourselves with the desert. The goal, once again, is going to be to throw 3 threats at him if we can. Three threats, or 2 with vigilant, 2 where 1 has vigilance. That still gets settled, but again, we're just trying to make his answers have to spend settle, because that's the only card that keeps him alive right now. Vigilance matters because vigilance can't be hit by seal away. And I could just res that, but right now I want to keep it a secret. Throw some more threats at him. And then, at the end of the turn, if he's settled our guys again, we can chart a course and drop the angel again. Or drop it through Champion of Wits. And yeah, just make him spend the seal aways if he has them, or settle. Okay, now do you have 2 seal aways? Because I doubt it, but maybe. Right? Oh, okay, do you not have the other? I guess not. I think we win. Yep, alright. Good shot. And good fight, guy. You seem alright, Filippi. Alright, next game. So what comes up next? What do we get on our card? Okay, well, we got a rare. That's not bad. We're up to 3 wins. 1 more and the event has paid for itself. That sounds like an aggro player name. Which means, of course, he gets to go first. This seems like a turn 1 Bomat guy, which makes Minister of Inquiries a really good thing to have. I won't be able to block the first attack, but slow him down after that. Oh, even better if he doesn't have a turn 1. I assume he's playing mono-red here. I mean, there's others. He could play the red-black mid-range. He could be playing the red-blue wizards, but honestly, he's probably mono-red. And having this guy out turn 1 is really nice against mono-red. We can develop our board state. We can have blockers. We can start throwing things into the grave. Oh, he's going to shock him. He's spending way too long thinking about this. Shock or magma spray or something. Yeah, he's looking at, shock. Okay. I would have liked to have kept that creature, but if that's damage that could have gone to our face and didn't, and his turn 1 didn't do anything to hit us, then it's not the worst. It does mean that we need to draw into something that gives us an actual game now, because everything else we have starts turn 4, and that's kind of bad. We'll probably cycle one of these cast outs. Karizev is such a bastard. So is Soulscar Mage. Yep, hit me. Come on, dude. Shouldn't take this long to move through your steps. I wonder if I want to do damage. Yes, you do. You know what that land does, and there's no way for you to interact with it. Move through your turn. Why do mono red players play with full control anyway? Even when I play Teferi control, I don't usually use full control. I only do it when I need to do something really specific or hold up a bluff. And Champion of Wits will give us a little bit of breathing room on the board and draw some stuff here. Okay. Well, it's not really what I wanted to draw and discard, but at least it's out of our way now. Bring us that much closer to a GPG. I would gladly trade with the Soulscar if he wants to do that. Oof. Okay, well, glad we got cast out. I'm glad we still have one, because Phoenix is such a bastard. Huh, okay. He doesn't want to attack with Soulscar. Our guy is rattlesnaking him a bit, and that's fine. That buys us time. And we will exile that Phoenix. We're going to do it on our turn rather than his, because otherwise he might spend a burn spell to kill it, and that would just cause it to resurrect and start beating us up. Normally you want to use a spell like Cast Out on your opponent's turn, but right there it makes sense to do it on ours. And he is back to the drawing board, and we are still trying to find GPG. We don't really have much worth bringing back. This sucks a lot, but he can't attack with it yet. So yeah, we're certainly taking the damage now that we know he has Hazoret, because we want to block Hazoret next turn. Okay. Then we can put out Champion of Wits, and then we can do strategic planning. Huh. Fumigate's nice, but it doesn't help a lot when Hazoret is indestructible. It doesn't really pay for itself. Okay, so yeah, we take the island, we put the Angel and GPG into the grave, and next turn we start gaining a bunch of life again. Our goal here is going to be to just stay alive, probably just single block Hazoret. Okay, sure. Okay, he's trying to go in for the kill here. And also trying to empty his hand so that Bomat Courier discards less in exchange for what it draws. We don't want him to draw a big hand, so I think we're gonna trade with Bomat Courier, and we're gonna black Hazoret. And let's see, yeah, we're gonna take a lot of damage, but it's enough to live. And he doesn't have a lightning strike in hand now, and certainly not the mountains to use it. So going to 3 is safe for the moment because we know that we're going to gain 6 more next turn. We don't have enough to crack the desert, so we're not going to leave it up. And again, we're going to put the counters on the Angel rather than making servos, because we want all of that power going straight to our life gain. We're going to gain 6 here, and then we're going to use Champion, probably just to block Hazoret again. I don't think he has enough burn to take out our Angel. Certainly not if he's going to do that. You have another Bowmat or something? So otherwise I would chuck that. Oh, he had to get rid of it so that Hazoret could attack, right? I would still chuck it at Champion of Wits rather than the face. I think he made a mistake. But yeah, next turn we can gain a bunch of life. We have to be careful with how we block with the Angel because we don't want to run it into death. And he could easily have enough burn to take it out if I use it to block Soulscar Mage. So if he attacks with everything, I probably would block Hazoret with Champion and then block the Monkey with the Angel. Because yeah, a single Lightning Strike or a Braid and the Angel dies. And I can't block Kari Zev because it has Menace unless I want to double block it, which I don't think is the best. So yeah, stop a lot of damage, gain our life back. This turn will be a net profit for us. And then I think you're basically dead, dude. I mean, it's not like over, but I don't see a way he gets out of this. I guess he could have... Okay, he doesn't have a Braid. If he had a Braid, he could maybe blow up our GPG. We're going to mill ourselves to see if we can get another Angel into the grave, because that would just put it away right there. We could not, and that's okay. Let's Champion of Wits, set ourselves up for another Angel. We can discard the one in our hand. Draw 5, discard 2, seems like a good deal. Yeah, we don't have enough to hard cast GPG right now, so just tossing it is fine. Hold up, that guy's a blocker. Smash in, gain some more life. And then strategic plan. Azkanta's great, but more of an early game card for us, so we're going to take Rivulet. All Azkanta really does for us now is go dig for refurbs, and I mean, that's nice, but we want an Angel more than we want another refurb. I assume you don't have anything that gets you out of this guy. It seems he understands that as well. What does Lady Luck have for us? Okay, we've got another Angel. Then we can just win this turn. I guess we had another one in there already, but guess nothing wrong with a belt and suspenders approach. Yep, he understands. Once again, we put mono red in its place. Okay, what was in our pack? Time of Ice is neat. What's our rare? Oh. I want to like Urza's Ruinous Blast. It's such a neat card, but it's not good for our current position. So 4 wins. The event is paid for itself. Let's take this to the end. Going second again. We've been on a streak. It seems okay. We're a little slow to have board presence, so I hope it's not... Alright, it's not mono red, but if we see a Steel Leaf champion, we're in trouble anyway. But if not, we got strategic planning into champion, into hopefully digging up a refurb to pick up the GPG that we drop. I'd also like to not see Thrashing Brontodon, which would blow up our GPG, and that's always a difficult thing to play around. Huh, green-black. I don't think I've seen this deck. I mean, I don't think you're playing Constrictor. Okay, well there's our refurb. So champion will drop GPG and maybe Sunscourge. We just have to not die for a while. It's some pressure, but it's not so bad. Okay, that hurts a little more. Not only are we going to get whomped this turn, but he's got a pretty big, diverse board here. And 4 damage that's going to be hard to interact with for at least a turn or so. Possibly more. Come on, Angel. I want to see an Angel. That is not an Angel. Okay, well, we'll drop Sunscourge champion so that when we refurb... Why did we not drop? Oh my god. So that was a mistake. That was a mistake right there. The way this is developing, I feel like we might lose anyway. But that was a mistake to not drop GPG. I think I was so excited about using the Eternalize to drop it into the grave that I forgot I should just drop it and refurb right now. Yeah, we are extremely dead. Maybe we pull it out. That was a dumb mistake, but if we don't see an Angel into the grave soon, then that dumb mistake may not matter. Which would almost make me regret pointing out that I made one. Right, that's fine. He's putting a counter on Ballista. Yep, sure, whatever. So 4 is going to the head, and then 4 more from... Yeah, I think I'm just dead. I think I have to block Ballista and hope he's stupid. So yeah, our mistake didn't matter. We were going to lose anyway. Let's see if he's stupid. If he's smart enough, yep. If he shoots me in the face, we lose. And yeah, we don't have the resources to dig and reanimate. Alright. Well, we made a mistake, but it wasn't what cost us. You did see our rank just plummet, as it tends to do in Quick Constructed. The format and the ranking system don't seem to understand that sometimes you just don't have the draw, and sometimes your opponent does. And that variance is, I don't know, I think more pronounced than they maybe accept. Man, going second again. This is happening a lot. I never noticed that we cast a big shadow on the table like we are some fancy god figure. We're going to leave that loot on top so that we have a turn 2 and a turn 3. Might be too slow against a mono red that already has a card out, but we'll see. I'm going to hold cast out in hand, starting with the plains rather than island so we can cycle cast out. I'd rather keep it in hand, but we want to see how fast this guy is. He's looking like he's slow enough that I want to hold cast out. What do you got? Yeah. He's gonna go low to the ground. Like, it doesn't look like a fast start, but if he throws like one lightning strike to my face, I really suffer, so... yeah, just ditch that. We don't have anything fancy yet, but next turn we can either Minister and Chart, or we can Champion of Wits. Anything that forces him to interact with us and spend time in cards brings the game closer to our side. Okay, that's slow. That's good. Yeah, we're going to try to set ourselves up. We're going to get more cards this way through strategic planning and everything. Yeah. Champion will buy us more time. If he wants to go slow, then I think we take that gift and we use that extra time. Because we still do not have a refurb or GPG. I hate to see this guy die, but I love to see an abrade spent on it, especially on our turn where he's wasting those prowess triggers. If he waited till this turn, he could kill it and hit me for twice the damage. I mean, unless he has something to spend that 4 mana on, but he doesn't seem to. I mean, unless, what, Phoenix or Chandra comes out? No? Yeah, you definitely should have saved that abrade, brother. We're gonna champion here. Just keep digging. He definitely should have spent that abrade during our turn so he'd hit us twice as hard, since he didn't have anything else to spend. Okay, so here he's trying to trick us. He thinks that Soulscar Mage is going to make these make champions smaller, and so when I accept, I'm going to have to discard rather than draw and discard. So I'm going to draw cards equal to power, which is 0, and then discard. What he doesn't know is I am actually happy to do this. So he thinks that he has got one over on us, but I am happy to discard those cards, and I am also happy to see a Braid spent on his turn, wasting prowess triggers again. That stuff I said about mono red at the start, you know, not just Whistling Dixie. A good pilot like the red-black one that we ran into earlier on, who had the magma sprays. That guy was clever, and he was good at what he did, but a lot of people can get pretty far not really knowing what they're doing. It is that kind of deck. And here we're just going to hardcast this guy, have a threat to spook him off, maybe gain some life. That's the best case scenario. And also to grave it so that we don't have to grave it and GPG later. Still got some life to work with. Okay, so he's going to kill that, which sucks. At this point, it would have been nice to keep the servos rather than put counters on it, but I figure he's already thrown so much burn, it seemed unlikely he would still have a bunch more in a small hand. But he did. We're going to use Sun Scourge here to discard a card, gain some life. The card discard is not what we're looking for here. We just need a blocker and some life. But it actually would have been nice to have the land if it were an option. But we kind of painted ourselves into a corner there. Okay, he's spooked to attack. He must not have much useful in hand. So we're going to chart a course. And if we get Fumigate here... Oh, yeah, this is great. We got Refurb. And we can just cast it this turn. That was, like, best chart a course ever. That was MVP chart a course. That should be in the Hall of Fame. Not me, just that. That chart a course right there was the best. And again, put the counters on it. So we are going to smash in and gain a bunch of life. We now have more life than him and bigger dudes. This game is probably ours. Things have to go pretty bad to lose now. He understands it. We keep going second against Mono Red, and mostly we're winning? I think? I'm not going to go back and count it. What's our card reward? Yeah, sure. Hey, so we're making more gold now. So going second again. A little slow if they've got mono red, but we have the combo, like all of it right there. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Duress sucks. He's gonna take refurbish, and we're, screwed again. Oh my god. Oh my god, he just did some of the work for us. Okay, our combo is safe for the moment. He knows what we're playing, maybe, but he doesn't understand how it works. We are happy to have that in the grave, and we are happy to have our refurb. Next turn, we Champion of Wits, we dump the Angel. The turn after, we refurb, we smash. Seems good. Seems like luck that we do not deserve. You know what? No, screw it. We've gone second so many times, we have earned that luck. If luck is a thing that can be earned, we have earned it. I really like Cast Out, and I want to have it, but I'm afraid of not getting a fourth land for refurb in time. And one ought to be enough for us. Let's see what happens. So we're going to take a beating here. Oh, wow. We are really taking a beating here. That guy blundered into setting up our combo, and we are still in pretty real danger of getting destroyed. We are definitely keeping that. Hopefully we get another planes. But for now, we're going to refurb, get that Angel out, get us some life and some board presence. That guy gravely misplayed and might suffer for it, but he's also got such a fast start that that mistake may not cost him at all. Let's find out. We're back to 20, though. That helps. Knights are going to be scary as shit this turn, but I can still block them with the Angel and live. Okay, now I can't. We're definitely trading with his Marshal, the guy that's buffing all these other guys. We're going to take a fuckload of damage, but if we can get a Plains next turn, we can Anthem this out. Yes, we are keeping that. Or we can Fumigate this out and then bring the game back into control. Alright, there goes his guys. He's already lost his Saga. We gained some life back. And the pressure resumes. Yep. Let's see. Can we ditch another Angel? No, we can't. Let's ditch some lands. We still want to have the looting available to find another Angel. The Angel is the superstar of the deck. We can beat him down with 4/4s, but it's all about that 6/6 flying, life linking, vigilant zombie Angel. Alright, that sucks. That's a good card, and it just exiled our GPG beyond our reach. But, baffling it. I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, we need the actual GPG more than we need the tools to bring it around. And we're going to keep that digging for us rather than as a land with utility. We could cast out Baffling End and get a dinosaur for it, but that seems a little too, I don't know, it's not enough value out of it. A 3/3 against what this guy has is not terribly scary. So I don't think I want to use that until we can get some value. Putting this guy out here to help mill us and give us something to refurb again would be better. Okay, well maybe next turn we cast out Baffling End. When he attacks, we make a dinosaur to eat his knight. That would be pretty sweet. Yeah, let's draw that. Need to keep searching. And we don't want to do it with the utility land feature, even though it's amazing, because it costs a lot of mana and we still have a lot of things we want to do with it. And let's see. Okay, still no GPG. So yeah, we're just going to pass the turn, and then we're going to try to eat his knight with a dinosaur. We're not going to get our guy back that was exiled because it was a token, but... Yeah. Alright, sure. We could cast out this guy to get what he's exiling, but if all he's getting is the Minister, that's not super important. I'd rather get a creature out here, eat his knight so that there's not something that gets bigger and scarier, and then have some pressure. Like, yeah, the angel is bigger, but he'll want to hold back. Plus, sometimes you just finesse someone like this and they get flustered. Yeah, we definitely want that. And we're just gonna mill ourselves. If we get a GPG, yep, I saw it. Now we go back to winning this game. Was there an angel? Guess we're gonna find out. No, there wasn't, but we've got more pressure, we've got some life to keep us going. Yeah. What you got? What you got? Okay, he's got nothing. So where does that put us? Clawing back some of that rank we've been throwing away. We could run it back. We've got our 6 wins. We're almost at 7. We could run this back. Luck could carry us there.